Hello. I've got the fan heater on. Obviously, as you've seen in the last video, I've got the cylinder head off Phyllis and the pistone outie. Rings all look good and what have you. But I just want to, while we're in here, heater, clean the carbon off the piston. So that's all ready to go back in. I've just noticed the cylinder paint I put on her is starting to peel her off, so I might just give it a little put the little tappet covers back on and do a bit of a repaint. I don't know yet. Don't know. Who knows? But what I want to do is go in the shed, get the service manual, and just recheck the gaps on the valves before it goes in. So that's what I'm up to. This. I bet you're like me. If you have any sort of Facebook presence at all, you get a lot of tool adverts, quite often from the Far East. Look fantastic and all this lot, and when you click on the buy it now, you think, fucking hell, how much? Without the label, this was the same thing. This piece does expand, but it's cold in the shed because I've only just put the heater on. And what it is, it clips over, you know, like your oil cans and stuff like that. You just clip it over the end, and then you've got an automatic funnel that stays on the can while you're pissing around. It's dead handy, really handy. You know, you could chuck it under the seat of your bike if you're touring or anything like that, because it's this unscrews, so it goes, and then this bit goes into there, so it's only that big, so you could quite easily pack it onto a bike. But they wanted 11 quid for it, and I thought, okay, if it's 11 quid, it's 11 quid. It was very difficult to work out how big it were online, because what these Far Eastern adverts tend to do is, if they want to make something look big, they put a tiny little person with it, like a tiny little woman, which is why it must be quite good to have a Thai girlfriend. It'll look massive. Anyway, so whenever I see a tool like that and I think, oh, that's quite handy, I'll either go and have a look on Temu or eBay or something, try and describe it the best way I can, and quite often it will come up, or I'll do a Google Lens search. I'll capture the advert and do a Google Lens search, and it will bring it up. That one was 7 quid, and it's a Sealy, so you know. But yeah, I thought, well, handy bit of kit. Right, I'm going to go and get my workshop manual.
A few moments later.
I do love a factory workshop manual. Always used to be horrifically expensive. I can remember some of the Kawasaki ones being a lot of money, and some bikes needed about 4 just for one model. But anyway, I picked this up cheap enough on eBay, I do believe, and it's really handy because when I did the valves last time, I didn't have any torque specs or anything like that. I couldn't even find any online. So I thought, well, if I'm going to keep for any length of time, I would like a proper manual. But now I have all the proper tightening specs, which is good because I'm going to need them for obviously the head and all that lot. Oh, what did I do? The head, yes. So yeah, it's well handy. So I'm just looking through the service information because it's I don't know, you know, some people like reading stuff, and I like reading service manuals, even if it's, you know, got jobs in it, which I'll probably never do. It doesn't matter. I'm still interested in reading about it, and I'm sure you're pretty much of the same ilk. And at least with a service manual, especially a factory one, if you do have a go at your own maintenance and all that, like if you cock it up, the answer is quite often in here. And if not, you'll probably know somebody that can get you out of the pickle. So yes, so that's what I'm on with. I'm now looking at valve clearances and what have you. But I'm tempted to take the valves out and just check the spring length and all that lot, and we'll see. But here we go. Valve clearance when cold. Inlet 0.3 to 0.08. These will be metric. Because it's a Japanese manufacturer, it'll be metric. What have I got? Valve clearance when cold. Exhaust 0.8 to 0.13. Oh, alright then. Well, I've got my gauges of feel. So yeah, and it's that is most definitely cold. You always do valves stone cold. We used to get people come up the bike shop and they book it in for a full service and all this lot, and they go like, "Oh, I've already changed the oil and the filter." And the chap that used to own the bike shop used to go, "Well, that's pointless. You've just wasted money because if I'm going to set the carburetors or anything like that, I'm going to be literally boiling the oil. I'm going to be running the bike up to temperature several times to balance." Hand gestures to, oh, that could be a t-shirt, to, you know, set the carbs properly and what have you. And also we used to get people come in and it'd be having a valve check and all this lot, and they'd go and they'd bring it at like 9-10 o'clock in the morning, and they'd go, "Oh, is it alright if I pick it up about 2 o'clock? No mate, you can pick it up tomorrow because it's got to be stone cold." You know, they don't realise a lot of the time. A lot of people are mechanically completely fucking ignorant through no fault of their own, really. I only learnt to do all this to save money, really. And you know, 9 times out of 10 it does. If I do have a major problem, it will go in the bike shop, or I've got friends who can quite easily sort me out. What I can't do, they can do, and vice versa. I mean, I don't mind carburetors and electrics and stuff like that. I find it quite therapeutic. Other people shy away from them. It's just how we are. So yeah, so I'm going to crack on with this, and then it's raining outside, so I don't know whether I'm going to put anything outside today so I can get around Phyllis. But at some point in the week, we'll start putting Phyllis back. I'm going to put all the standard stuff back on because I had another look in the internety web last night, and I just cannot find that exact cylinder. And cross-referencing the Suzuki part number, which is often a good way of seeing what else on your bike is fitted to what other models, and then, you know, if you want to search for brake pads or calipers or anything like that, you know what other models it was fitted to. There is only that bike that uses that cylinder head, by the looks of it. So that plan's out the window. I think the big bore's out the window. So if we want to go bloody stupid with big bores and all that lot, might have to wait till a future project. Now, I'm glad I've checked these because I've checked them both and they've both gone out of spec. They were due for a clearance check anyway, but this one, obviously the larger gap is 0.08 millimeters, and I've just undone. Make sure the lifters at the top of it's travel, because they should be, if it's in the right cam position, there should be a little bit of wiggle there. Just make sure it's at the top, and I've got 0.8 there, and it's like throwing a woodbine down the hallway. Now what I do, that's your minimum and maximum clearances, 0.3 to 0.8. Go for the middle ground. I'm going to go for about 0.5, and we're looking for a drag fit. So I've cracked the lock nut, which is 8mm. Just going to back it up a little bit, and then I'm just going to tweak it. As you will see, I'm going to put you down actually. Yes, let me find something for you to rest on. And then what I'm aiming to do is to get a drag fit on 0.5. Which is that. Just bear in mind when you do, you can get tools that simultaneously hold the adjuster and lock the lock nut, and I have got one for the bigger jack bikes, but this one I don't have. So basically I'm going to adjust, I'm going to hold the adjuster with pliers, or you could do it with like a really small set of mole grips if you want to get a good grip on it, and then do the lock nut up, because 9 times out of 10 when you do the lock nut up, it will close that gap up. So I'm going for a very light drag, and then I'm going to lock it up, and then you should have the correct amount of drag. That's just nipped it up. Yeah, lovely. Alright. I've just done the same on the exhaust, and I've gone for midway. It's 0.08 to 0.13. I've gone midway, 0.10, and that's nice. So they're set, so I haven't got to worry about those. And I've just been in the shed, and I meant to bring the covers in because I want to clean the covers in the aqua jiggler, and I want to clean the main cover in the aqua jiggler, and I forgot to bring them in. Bugger. Yes. So, as you've just seen, sorry, I'm eating a Dorito. Valves are now done. I don't think I'm going to repaint the head at the minute, because the goal this week is I'm just going to put Phyllis back together, standard. Now she's had her maintenance, get that back together, and then get the carbs back on Charlie, get Charlie running on its own fuel supply. So I've got to clean the petcock. I'd like to inspect it anyway. And then, like I said, I'm practically giving up on his bodywork. It's just too brittle. Steve knows people that are very good with bodywork, so it might just have to go down that road. But that means potentially Charlie can then go back and the new project can come in. Got it, Steve. Uncle Steve. And we'll have to go out for a din-dins. Yeah. Anyway, Pistione. Oh, that cold. All these have been in the aqua jiggler for half an hour at 40 degrees. Spin cycle. Got rid of all the carbon on the piston. It's lovely. The rings are nice and free. There's no shite or anything behind the piston rings. I don't want to risk taking the rings off, because if I break one, I'm going to have to wait for parts. But yeah, that's all good. That's had like I say, half an hour in the jiggler. It's come up lovely. It's really nice. Really nice. These covers, they've had half an hour in the jiggler as well. That's the timing cover, and these are the tappet covers, which go like that. Yes. Could be tempted to paint them a different colour, perhaps, maybe. I'm just dremeling them with a little wheel like this, and they've had a little scribbage, just to get the worst of the alloy corrosion off them, because these obviously sit in the line of fire. You can tell the exhaust one. You could tell one was the exhaust, because it was a lot muckier than the other. But yeah, I'm just going to give them a clean up. I don't know, I might just give them a little protective spray of silver paint or something like that. No need to go mad, because you're not going to see it. So that's where we're at. So I think I'm going to end this video here, and then when I start putting it back together again, we'll film that as well. And of course we'll film putting the carbs on Charlie and do all that. So yes, so all that's to come. So thank you for watching. Thank you for all your comments and all your interactions over the last few videos. Really good, really good. Got a good feeling about this year for the channel. I'm amazed how many people actually get into the stuff that you're into. So yeah, so I'm going to try and organise a few little ride outs this year as well, but we'll see. It's only early, it's only just February really, so we'll see. Say goodbye, Jim. Goodbye, Jim.